Hi guys, welcome to the Wildflower Pages Yoga. My name's Paige and today we're going to do a practice centered around balance postures. So when you're ready, take a seat on your mat and we'll get started. So today we're starting in a seated cross-legged position on the mat. So you can just sit in a regular cross-legged position, or perhaps you can bring the right sole of the foot in to touch the inner left thigh, the left sole of the foot touching the right inner thigh for women, and the opposite for men. Your heels will be butting up against each other here, and as you inhale, just draw the crown of the head towards the sky, bringing the hands into Nana Mudra, extending the 3 fingers, joining the index finger and thumb. If you're practicing during the day, palms facing up, hands resting on your knees. If you're practicing during the night, just gently flipping the palms facing towards the earth. From here, bringing your awareness to your breath. We're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths to begin with. So inhaling deeply through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. 2 more times, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. 1 more time, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. From here, beginning to breathe in and out through the nostrils, maybe closing down the eyes if you feel safe to do so. And we're going to focus on drawing that inhalation down into the belly and noticing as the belly balloons outwards. Exhaling, letting the belly fall naturally back towards the spine. Inhaling, feeling the belly balloon outwards. Exhaling, releasing the belly. As you next breathe in, can you draw that breath down into the belly, feel it balloon outwards, and then up into the rib cage, noticing the ribs expand sideways. Exhaling, the ribs draw back together and the belly releases towards the spine. 1 more time like this, inhaling into the belly, up into the rib cage. Exhaling from the rib cage and then the belly. Inhaling, next drawing the breath down into the belly, then up into the rib cage, and finally the chest, feeling the chest rise. Exhaling, releasing the air from our chest, the rib cage, and then the belly. 1 more time like this, inhaling into the belly, up into the rib cage and the chest. Exhaling from the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. Taking this pattern with this 3-part breath at your own pace and working with your own lung capacity. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling. Beginning to bring our awareness inwards. Grounding ourselves in our bodies. And training to utilize our full lung capacity, maximizing the amount of air, oxygen, energy, prana that we draw into the body. Taking 1 more round, working with your own breath. And then on your next inhalation, gently opening the eyes. And we're going to begin our asana practice by taking a twist. So inhaling, growing tall through the crown of the head. Taking the left hand to the right knee and the right hand to the base of the spine. Exhaling, turning the gaze over your right shoulder. With each inhalation, growing tall through the crown of the head. And with each exhalation, maybe you can deepen into the twist. And preparing to complete on your next exhalation, finding your maximum but respecting your limits. Inhaling, gently releasing, coming back to center, preparing to take this to the opposite side, so growing tall through the crown of the head, finding your placement with the hands, right hand to left knee, left hand to the base of the spine. Exhaling, turning the gaze over the left shoulder this time. With each exhalation, can you deepen, turning your gaze a little more, moving into the space that is created as your body is allowed time in this pose. Exhaling, completing, finding your depth in the twist. Inhaling, gently releasing, and coming back to center. From here, we're going to take a back bend, so grounding both hands behind your body at the base of the spine, palms pressing into the earth. Inhaling, growing tall through the crown of the head. Exhaling, squeezing the shoulder blades together and letting the head and neck relax back here, arching into the upper back, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhaling, completing, finding your depth. Inhaling, coming back to center, taking this in the opposite direction, walking the hands forward, finding a forward fold. Letting gravity do the work here, weighing your head, neck, and torso towards the earth. With each exhalation, maybe notice as your belly button moves closer towards the mat and the forehead towards the earth. Exhaling, deepening, inhaling, walking the hands forward, beginning to feel a nice stretch through the side body, maybe the hips and the front of the shoulders. Exhaling, pressing the seat bones into the earth. And then on your next inward breath, we're going to walk the hands towards the left corner of the mat, particularly walking the right hand forward, feeling that stretch down the right side body here, working with your breath. Once again, exhaling, deepening into the stretch. Completing on your next outward breath in this position. Inhaling, walking the hands back to center and then towards the right corner of the mat here, taking the same movement in the opposite direction, reaching the left fingertips forward, feeling that stretch down the left side body. Exhaling, completing here. Inhaling, walking the hands back to center and then towards the torso, raising the crown of the head towards the sky as you inhale, coming up. From here, we're going to take the hands in front of our knees into the earth and just shift your weight forward to come over and sit on the tops of your toes here. So your toes are touching, or your feet are touching rather. Your heels are lifted and your seat bones are pressing into the heels here. Inhaling, drawing the torso up the crown of the head towards the sky, resting the hands on the knees. Extending the arms to help find your balance in this position, and finding a point in front of you to focus your gaze on. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Really grounding yourself into the earth, focusing on stability and ease in this posture. Perhaps you might like to close down the eyes if you want to challenge yourself. You don't have to if that's not for you today. And then opening the eyes if your eyes are closed. From here, we're going to make fists with our hands, raise the arms parallel to the earth. And then on your next inhalation, we're going to come to standing, keeping the heels lifted and raising the arms above our head in line with the ears. So inhaling, pressing the toes into the earth, coming up with the arms, reaching our fists towards the sky. Inhaling, finding your height here. Exhaling, taking the arms out wide, lowering the heels towards the mat. Hands touch the side body as the heels rest on the earth. From here, just walking your feet together if they've parted slightly, we're going to find our Tadasana, our standing or mountain pose. So exhaling, grounding the feet into the earth, imagining that you're growing roots from your feet down towards the earth's core, really stabilizing you here. Inhaling, drawing up through the muscles of the legs, the torso, rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears as you exhale, reaching the fingertips towards the earth. Taking 3 breaths here. Maybe you close down the eyes and notice your breath. Are you still using that complete breath? Then as you next exhale, just bring your awareness to your left foot. We're going to inhale, take the arms up overhead, come to bring the right toes to rest on the mat, lifting the heel. And then with each inhalation, can you take the toes off the mat a little more, raising the knee? Maybe the thigh becomes parallel to the earth, flexing the toes towards the mat, helping you to find stability here. Maintaining your gaze on that point in front of you. And then exhaling, using your right hand to assist your knee to come towards the side of the mat. Inhaling, growing tall. And as you next breathe out, you can bring your foot to rest on your inner calf, or perhaps assist the foot to rest on your inner thigh. If you feel like this is not challenging enough for you today, you can use both hands and bring the foot to press into the left thigh, taking the knee to point towards the earth. This will help you really press the foot into the leg, and maybe release the hands. Everyone raising the hands towards the sky, spreading the fingers, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Taking 2 breaths here, inhaling deeply. Exhaling, grounding yourself through your left foot. 1 more breath. And exhaling, releasing the hands, assisting yourself to come out of the pose as we came in, drawing the knee back to center, and then releasing the foot to the earth. Taking this to the opposite side, inhaling, arms out wide overhead, coming onto the left toes here, raising the heel. With each inhalation, can you draw the knee closer towards the face? Thigh becomes parallel to the mat. Flex the toes towards the earth. And then exhaling, assisting your knee to come towards the left side of the room this time. Drawing the foot towards the inner calf or inner thigh. Or perhaps you took the variation, bringing the foot in front of the leg on the opposite side. Choosing whatever feels right for you in your body. And then from here, releasing the hands, taking them overhead, spreading the fingers, drawing the shoulder blades together. 2 breaths here, focusing on grounding yourself through that right foot. If your left foot's pressing into your right thigh, really pressing the knee towards the earth. Focusing on that point in front of you. Exhaling, releasing the hands, assisting your foot off your leg, drawing the knee back to center. Exhaling, grounding the left foot into the earth. From here, we're going to step to face the left edge of our mat. Inhaling, taking the arms out wide up overhead. Exhaling, taking a forward fold, drawing the hands down through the center of the body, finding Uttanasana forward fold. Inhaling, extending the legs. Exhaling, releasing the torso, relaxing everything here. The head, neck, arms. Maybe you even turn the neck slightly from side to side, loosening up. Exhaling, can you deepen? Maybe the forehead moves closer towards the knees or the legs. Staying for one more breath here, finding your maximum. And then inhaling, we're going to take a halfway lift, drawing the belly in, torso parallel to the mat, crown of the head reaches forward. And exhale, ground the palms into the earth either side of the feet. Inhale, we're going to bring the right foot off the mat, extending into the left leg, pressing the sole of the foot into the earth, finding your stability here. And then from this position, our right leg is parallel to the earth. We're reaching the toes backwards, drawing out of our left hip. And as you exhale, can you take your forehead towards your left leg? Staying for 2 breaths here. If you want to challenge yourself, you can take maybe one hand off the mat, taking hold of the ankle, maybe 2. And then everyone exhaling, bending into your front knee, stepping your right foot back, coming onto the toes, forward lunge. Grounding the palms into the earth underneath the shoulders, stepping your left foot back on the exhalation, finding downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance wide. Here you can pedal out the heels for a moment and then find stillness. Exhaling, pressing the chest towards the earth, sending the seat bones backwards. Maybe your heels touch on the mat, maybe not. Inhaling, coming forward into high plank, drawing the pelvis towards the sternum. Shoulders are stacking over wrists. Exhaling, grounding the knees, untucking the toes as you complete the exhalation, bending into the elbows, bringing the torso to the earth. Inhaling, sliding the hands back to the lower ribs, pressing the palms into the earth, drawing the head, neck and chest off the mat. Exhaling, forehead to earth, tucking the toes on the inhalation, pressing your seat bones back to your heels as you breathe out, and then towards the sky, finding downward facing dog. Exhaling, pressing the chest towards the earth, sending the seat bones backwards. Inhaling, coming onto the toes, stepping the left foot forward, finding your forward lunge. And then we're going to extend into that left leg and swivel our foot as we walk our hands towards the long edge of the mat, facing forwards. And then continue walking your hands to frame your right foot, turning your right foot out and bumping up onto your back left toes. Exhaling, bending into your right knee, finding your forward lunge once again. From here, as you next inhale, we're going to shift our weight into our right foot and leverage forward, extending into the right leg, lifting the left leg parallel to the earth here, pointing the toes towards the back of the room. And from here, once again, grounding the palms into the mat, taking the forehead towards the leg. And you can choose to take one or two hands off the mat if you want to challenge your balance. Otherwise, staying where you are. 2 more breaths here. Exhaling, completing, bending into your front knee, taking your left foot to the earth, stepping your right foot backwards, finding your high plank, tucking your pelvis towards your sternum, shoulders stacked over the wrists, lowering the knees, untucking the toes, bending through the elbows as you bring your torso towards the earth. From here, we're going to take our hands down by the sides of the bodies, pressing the palms into the mat. And when you next inhale, can you draw your forehead, neck, and shoulders away from the earth, squeezing the shoulder blades together? Gaze looking forward, holding for 2 more breaths, really squeezing the glutes here, pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Exhaling, taking one ear to the mat, relaxing. When you're next ready to inhale, this time we're going to draw the forehead, neck, shoulders, and lift the arms off the earth. So here we go, inhaling, lifting the front of the body as well as taking the palms off the mat. Can you reach the fingertips backwards? Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Staying for 1 more breath. Exhaling, releasing back to the earth, taking the opposite ear to the mat. When you're next ready to inhale, coming back to center. This time we're going to take the same movement, but this time add the legs. So inhaling, drawing the forehead, neck, shoulders off the mat, adding the arms, and then we're going to balance on our pelvis. So really feel it sink into the earth as you exhale. And as you inhale, can you lift the feet off the mat? Really squeezing the glutes, reaching the toes and the fingers towards the back of the room. Gaze is forward. Inhaling, can you lift a little higher? Exhaling, releasing everything to the earth, turning your opposite ear to the mat. And then when you inhale, coming back to center, drawing the hands underneath the bottom ribs, grounding the palms into the earth, tucking the toes. As you exhale, press the palms into the earth, send the seat bones back to the heels, and then towards the sky, downward facing dog. Exhaling, can you press the chest towards the earth, send the seat bones backwards, open through the shoulders. Inhale, coming onto the tippy toes, walking the feet forward. And then from here, we're going to find our malasana squat. So can you heel toe your feet to a little wider than hip distance apart, and then turn your feet out slightly. As you exhale, you're going to sink the seat bones towards the earth. Bring the elbows inside the knees, palms together, forearms are parallel to the mat. Inhaling, growing tall through the crown of the head, extending the spine. Exhaling, sinking the seat bones towards the earth. From here, you might like to close down the eyes and just bring your awareness inwards, once again focusing on your breath. And then if your eyes are closed, gently opening your eyes, releasing the hands to the earth, just walking your feet together here. And then you're going to assist yourself to come down to sit on the mat, grounding the seat bones here and just hugging your knees into your chest, feet together. And then from here, just releasing the knees, walking your feet forward slightly. You're going to take your hands towards the back of the mat, shoulder distance wide. And then keeping the knees bent, we're going to press our right sole of the foot into the earth just a little. Inhaling, lift the left toes off the mat. Can you extend the left leg? Breathing here. Maybe you need to walk your hands back a little more so that your chest is proud, your shoulder blades are squeezing together. Staying for one more breath. Can you lift the toes a little higher? Exhaling, grounding the sole of the foot back into the mat. Switching the legs over. Inhaling, extending the right leg, toes pointing forward here. Working with your breath. Inhaling, can you reach a little higher? Exhaling, bending the knee, grounding the sole of the foot into the earth. This time we're going to take both feet together, so making sure that you're really stable with the hands and nice and comfy, drawing the shoulder blades together, bringing your awareness to your abdominals, engaging those on the inhalation. Can you take both toes or both feet towards the sky? Inhaling, staying for one more breath. Lifting a little higher. Exhaling, taking the soles of the feet to the earth. And from here, we're just going to come down onto our backs. From here, you can stretch the body, taking a deep breath in, reaching the arms overhead, extending the fingers, pointing the toes. Exhaling, relaxing the body, drawing your right knee towards the sky, interlacing the hands over the leg, and then taking your left hand to assist your knee to come across the body, bump the hips to the right. We're going to take a twist as you breathe out, drawing your right knee to the earth. Extend your right arm towards the side of the room here. If this is too much for your lower back, you can take your left hand off the knee, rest it on your belly. You can even cactus the arm. And then perhaps you might like to turn your gaze to look at your right elbow or fingertips, if that's okay for your neck. Staying for a few breaths here. Completing as you next exhale. Inhaling, assisting your knee to come back to center, squaring the hips to the earth, grounding the right sole of the foot, bringing the left foot up, hugging the knee into your chest, switching the leg, extending the right. And then from here, we're going to take the twist to our right. So using your right hand, draw the knee across the body, bump the hips to the left. Taking your variation with the arm and the gaze. Exhaling, releasing into this twist. And then completing as you next exhale. When you're ready to inhale, assist your knee to come back to center. Square your hips to the mat. You can hug both knees into the chest here. Taking a gentle massage, rocking from side to side. Making sure to isolate this movement in the lower body. Shoulders are still grounded in the earth. And then finding stillness, and we're going to move into our Shavasana, so extending the legs along the earth, taking the feet hip distance wide. You can tuck the tailbone, grounding the lower back, draw the shoulder blades together. Lengthen the neck by tucking the chin towards the chest, and then choosing your variation with the arms, taking them out wide, palms facing up, or resting them on your belly. We're going to finish by taking one deep inhalation through the nose and exhalation through the mouth. So here we go, inhaling deeply, exhaling, letting go of the practice, any breath control, and releasing your body into the earth. And then bring your awareness to notice any sounds that might surround you in the distance or closer by. Noticing the breath as it enters your lungs and as it leaves your lungs. Taking small movements with the fingers and the toes. Merging into greater movements with the body. Stretching your arms overhead like you're waking up for the first time today. And when you're ready, making your way onto your side and then up into a seated cross-legged position as we began our practice. Nice and comfy here. Removing any sticks that might have crept onto your mat. Bringing the hands together at heart center, taking the chin towards the chest. Closing down the eyes, we acknowledge our efforts for showing up for ourselves on the mat today, connecting with our bodies, our breath, nourishing the mind. Exhaling, closing down our practice with the word namaste. Thanks so much everyone for joining me in that balance sequence today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. If you'd like to join a live class, check out the details below in the video description. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you can receive updates on new video releases. Thanks everyone once again, and I hope to see you next time on the mat.